This is lesson 11-5, quadrilaterals. Our central question, what are the properties of different quadrilaterals? So here's a really good picture of how quadrilaterals fit into each other. So we have a trapezoid, parallelogram, which breaks down into a rectangle or rhombus, and then lastly they break down to a square. So take a good look at those and read about each of the different quadrilaterals. We have some vocab words. Trapezoid is a quadrilateral with only one pair of parallel sides. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral with both pairs of opposite sides parallel. A rhombus is a parallelogram with all sides congruent. A rectangle is a parallelogram with 4 right angles. And a square is a rectangle with all sides congruent. Example 1. Classify the polygon in as many ways as possible. So we're going to use all those terms that we just did in the vocab to try to see if they match this shape. And then also find the measure of the missing angle. So just like triangles had to add up to 180, quadrilaterals have to add up to 360 degrees. So we're going to add up what we already know, 50 plus 90 plus 90. And I know that 90 and 90 equals 180. So I have 230, and then I just subtract that from the total, which is 360. So the measure of my missing angle is 130 degrees. Now I have to classify the polygon. So I know, first of all, it's definitely a quadrilateral because it has 4 sides. It's also a trapezoid because these 2 sides right here are parallel. They're both going to keep going up and down and never touch. So that makes it a trapezoid because trapezoids have 1 pair of parallel sides. Use your vocab words to help you figure these out. Example 2, we have 120, 60, and 120. Let's add those up. And we get 300. We know they have to add up to 360. So our missing angle is going to be 60 degrees. Again, this is a quadrilateral because it has 4 sides. It's also a parallelogram because it has 2 pairs of parallel sides. So that would be these 2 right here, and you can tell, again, like we did in triangles, by looking at the tick marks. So you can see these 2 sides both have 2. That means they're the same. The other sides both have 1. So that tells you those 2 sides are the same, and the other 2 sides are the same. They're going to be parallel. Example 3, we have 70, 150, and 90. Which gives us 310. When we subtract, we get 50 degrees as the missing angle. And this shape is only going to be a quadrilateral because it does have 4 sides, but it doesn't fit any of the other categories when we read the definitions for the other quadrilaterals. This is example number 4. We're going to first find the missing angle. So we have 140, and we know that 40 plus 40 is 80. Which gives us 220, which we subtract. from 360 and gives us a missing angle of 140 degrees. And then when we classify it, it is a quadrilateral because it has 4 sides. And it's also a trapezoid. And I know that because I see 2 tick marks on these 2 lines, meaning that they are parallel. They are going to keep going on and never touch. Here are your 2 practice problems. Again, find the missing angle and then classify them. Use your vocab words to determine what kind of polygons they are. Don't forget a word problem or question and rate your understanding.